All right, this is Barber.
Yes, Your
All
Honor.
right, this is docket 25-6826 FH, People of the State of Michigan versus Jeremy Barber. Counsel, your appearance for the record.
Good morning, Your Honor. APA Bart Buxton on behalf of the people of the state of Michigan.
And good morning, Your Honor. Frank Harrison, Ingham County Public Defender's Office, here on behalf of my client, Mr. Barber, who appears in person and standing to my right. And if Your Honor would allow me to approach, I have the plea sheet.
Thank you. Sir, please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to provide will be the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth under penalty of perjury?
I do.
Will you put your hand down? Have you taken any medication yesterday or today?
I do.
Okay. Is there any medication you're supposed to be on that you're not on?
No, actually, I'm working with CMS to get on everything I need to be on. So.
Okay, so is there medicine you're supposed to be on possibly, or is the medicine that you're on, does it interfere with your ability to understand us? All right.
Finish the question before you answer.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, so you're feeling okay on the medicine you're on? And what about the medicine that they're working on, maybe getting you on? Is that causing you any issues in terms of understanding anything?
No.
Okay. Any sign of fever, COVID, or other illness?
What was that?
Any sign of fever, COVID, or other illness?
No.
And you spent enough time with your attorney in regard to what I understand is going to be a plea?
Yes.
All right, thank you. On behalf of the people, what is the plea agreement?
Yes, Your Honor. The defendant we plead to count 1, controlled substance possession, cocaine, heroin, or another narcotic less than 25 grams. Upon successful plea and sentencing, the habitual offender fourth notice would be dismissed. Additionally, Your Honor, there is a kilogram agreement to county cap.
Full, fair, accurate, and complete?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. And I'm sorry, he's gonna be pleading to count 1?
Count 1.
All right. All right, and then, sir, is that full, fair, accurate, and complete?
Yeah.
All right, now so the reading of the.
Yes, Your Honor. People of the state of Michigan versus Jeremy Michael Barber, State of Michigan, County of Ingham. In the name of the people of the state of Michigan, the prosecuting attorney for this county appears before the court and informs the court that on the date and at the location described below, the defendant in count 1, controlled substances possession, cocaine, heroin, or another narcotic less than 25 grams, on or about November 30th, 2025, at East Cesar Chavez Avenue, at North Washington Avenue, Lansing, Michigan, 48906, Ingham County, State of Michigan. The defendant did knowingly or intentionally possess less than 25 grams of a mixture containing the controlled substance cocaine, contrary to statute. This is a felony that is punishable up to a maximum of 4 years and/or $25,000. Court shall order law enforcement to collect DNA identification profile sample before sentencing to disposition, if not taken at the time of arrest, and against the peace and dignity of the state of Michigan.
Sir, did you understand what was just read?
Yes.
So you understand count 1, possession of a controlled substance known as cocaine less than 25 grams is a felony punishable by 4 years and or $25,000.
Yes.
And it looks like you signed the advice of rights form.
Yes.
Did you read it before you signed it?
Yes.
Did you understand what you read?
Yes.
If you had any questions, was your attorney able to answer those?
Yes.
Do you have any questions about your rights at this court?
No, I do not.
And sir, are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, I am.
And are you generally gainfully employed?
I'm self-employed, taking care of rental properties.
Okay, and you're able to make a living from that?
Yes.
At the time of this offense, were you on probation, parole, or bond conditions?
No, it was not.
All right, and when you came in contact with law enforcement, were you high?
No, I was not.
Okay, so you remember the events of the day?
Yes, I do.
All right, very good. Sir, as to count 1, possession of a controlled substance known as cocaine less than 25 grams, how do you plead?
Guilty.
And sir, do you understand that you are also giving up your automatic right of appeal? If you choose to appeal, you first have to ask permission of the Court of Appeals to appeal.
Yes, I do.
And you're giving up the presumption of innocence, the ability to cross-examine witnesses and evidence, the ability to choose to provide a defense, to remain silent, to ask the court to bring witnesses, all of those rights you're giving up.
Yes.
And you decided to plead after consulting with your attorney?
Yes, I did.
And you've been satisfied with your attorney?
Yes.
And you've pled of your own free will?
Yes.
Now, sir, there is a county cap on this, that's part of your agreement, so if I violate that, I'll allow you to withdraw your plea. This matter would again go to the pretrial stage. However, if you violate the law or bond conditions between now and sentencing, I don't have to honor that, it could send you to jail or prison, and would not allow you to withdraw your plea. Do you understand how that works?
Yes, I do.
Has anyone told you, other than the sentencing agreement, what I'll do with sentencing?
No,
Because I don't know, I will make up my mind after I'm fully informed. Do you understand that?
yes,
Sir, did this event occur on or about November 30th, 2025,
yes, I did.
in the city of Lansing County, Bingham, state of Michigan,
Yes,
at a specific location known as East Cesar Chavez and North Washington Avenue? You came in contact with law enforcement?
yes.
Were you in a vehicle, on a bicycle, walking, or something
I was
else?
in a vehicle,
Driver or passenger?
driving.
And why were you pulled over?
Sitting on the windows and, no proof, the plate came back as the car didn't have insurance.
Okay, and so officers pulled you over.
Yes,
Did they ask you to step out of the motor vehicle?
yes, I did.
And did they search you, the vehicle, or was the cocaine info you?
No, they asked to search the vehicle and I gave them permission to search the vehicle.
And then they found cocaine?
Yes, they did.
Where was it located?
They found it back, behind the back passenger seat of the car vehicle.
Had you placed it there? You know it was there?
After the fact, yes.
Well, after the fact, but should you have known it was there? It's your vehicle.
I mean, it wasn't my vehicle, but I know I was driving the vehicle, so whatever was in the vehicle at the time of me driving it, I was responsible for it. So therefore, I'm taking the responsibility of it being there.
All right,
It should have been my responsibility to search the vehicle to make sure there wasn't nothing in there that should have been around at the time anyway, so.
all right, and you didn't have any license or special authority or permission to have that cocaine, is that correct?
That's correct.
So, sir, were you using cocaine, or were you with people who were using cocaine?
Somebody was around me that used cocaine.
Okay, so you knew there was a likelihood that it could be in the vehicle?
I mean, not really. I was in the process of moving at the time and my little brother was helping me.
Robert, you're gonna have to decide if you want this plea or not.
Yeah, I'm going with this, but yes, you're right, yes.
So you have to take responsibility for being in
Yes,
the car.
I did take, it is my responsibility. Like I already said, I take complete responsibility for the situation.
They're okay. On behalf of the people, was it tested out to be cocaine?
Yes, Your Honor, there was a true narc to be found positive for cocaine.
Is there any other additional information you would like placed on the record for the factual basis, given this circumstance?
Mr. Barber, were there also capped and uncapped needles in the vehicle as well?
Yes, it was.
And you were aware of those needles?
Oh, yes, it was.
And so therefore, it follows that you were aware of the cocaine found inside of the vehicle, correct?
Or were those needles related to cocaine or other substance abuse?
Those are for, I'm actually a heroin addict and I work with needle exchange to help people on the streets to have clean stuff. Then I exchange them. I have a red box, usually that's in the vehicle with me. It just wasn't in there that day. To put them in there, we're in the center console. I have the card. I mean, that's what I do is I try to look up for the next person because I was thankful and blessed to get the help that I had got from a 7-year strike of heroin with the chance of drug court and people being there to help me. So I try to help other people, but at this point in time in my life, I see that it's in my best interest just to stay away from it all and let them do them and me continue to move on so I can be there for my grandkids.
When you were arrested, did they give you a drug test?
No, they did not.
If they would it have been clean?
Been just dirty for marijuana.
Your Honor, I I don't think we have a factual basis at this point in time, because he's not saying that he knowingly or intentionally knew that there was a controlled substance.
Unfortunately, I would agree, Your Honor.
I would agree. This is this is problematic. Sir, don't take the rap for something just to get it over with, because sometime in the past you did something, or you're trying to save somebody else from charges. I don't really know what's going on here.
I mean,
You are
Mr. Barber, we already made
trampling,
statements.
you're trampling on your own constitutionally protected right to go to jury trial and to have the people meet their burden. I'm not sure they can under this. I don't know. You talk with your attorney, but I'm not accepting this today. I appreciate you wanting to take accountability. I so rarely see that, but sir, I don't think I can take this plea right now.
I would agree. I just thank you, Your Honor, for your consideration today. And we'll
yeah.
just,
Set this for a trial.
thank you, Your Honor.
Jeremy Barber walked into Judge Rosemarie Aquilina's courtroom ready to plead guilty. He'd been pulled over in Lansing, Michigan, tinted windows, no insurance, and when officers searched the vehicle with his consent, they found cocaine behind the back passenger seat. He wasn't the registered owner of the truck, but he was behind the wheel, and he was prepared to own it, completely. What unfolded next was something you don't see every day in a courtroom. As the factual basis was being established, Barber's story began to unravel, not because he was hiding something, but because he kept being honest. He admitted he hadn't known the cocaine was there. He explained the needles found in the vehicle weren't for drug use. He was a recovered heroin addict, 7 years clean, volunteering with a needle exchange program to help people still on the streets. The cocaine, he said, wasn't his, but he was willing to take the charge anyway. That's when Judge Aquilina stopped the proceedings entirely. She told him plainly, don't take the rap for something just to get it over with. Don't trample your own constitutional rights to protect someone else or close a chapter you think needs closing. The people, she said, may not even be able to meet their burden at trial. She refused to accept the plea. In a system where guilty pleas are routine, a judge rejecting one to protect the defendant from himself is rare. It was a moment of judicial integrity that reminded everyone in that courtroom what due process is actually for. If you found this case as eye-opening as we did, hit that like button. To drop your thoughts in the comments and subscribe for more real courtroom breakdowns, because justice never gets old.